That is the wrong screen. Okay, good start. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Trials of Imagination, Episode 9. We're here. Some of us, kind of. Others are not.
Less than here.
We have two members that will not be with us tonight because one is working and the other is out of town on vacation. So Miss Bex, who plays our character Elbreth, and Mr. Lava, who plays our character Nadar, will not be present tonight, but the remaining four shall press on further into Barovia tonight. We have several announcements to cover before we get started with the episode, but before we get to that, if this is your first time here, we're a group of friends that just play D&D together. We go by the title of Trials of Imagination. This is technically Season 2. We played a different campaign last year, and I guess started the year before that, so 2 years. Well, no, we have 1 year. I don't know.
Only took one.
Time is relative, but we had a good time and decided to do another campaign. So here we are playing a variation of Curse of Strahd, which is what we are playing. It looks a little something like this. If you would like to look into it, it's a really good module. It's a lot of fun. We're doing a little bit of a homebrew version, so we're not going exactly by the book, but it is used as the foundation of what we are doing. Now, the last couple streams, you guys really just decided to go off between, I guess, shares, follows, support, subs, everything in between, and we hit a couple of milestones, and we were able to unlock some emotes, one of which is still in the process of being made, but the other we actually got back today. We have the emote. It is there. SJ,
I'm so excited.
SJ, I don't even know if you're subbed, so I don't even know if you can actually post
Dang
it. So I'll post it. There we go. That is our lovely bat emote that is chowing down on the coin. That
I'm not subbed.
good job. That this is the infamous
I have
bat.
a VIP, but I can't use it.
Oh gosh.
Yay.
Well, Urlock.
You tried so hard.
He gifted 5 random subs and not a single one of them went to you. Thank you, Urlock, for that. That's much appreciated. But that's our bat that decided to have some interaction with Nadar a few times in a couple episodes. So for those of you who have never been here before, thank you for coming. We hope you have a good time. Once we get things going, we tend to not vocally interact with chat a whole lot, so we can kind of stay in the zone a little bit. Tonight, we can be a little more loose with that because we're not as confined to the parameters that we normally are, because our member Lava's not here, and he's the hard cutoff at 10 to where it forces us to be there. We have a little bit more loose parameters tonight, but we're going to try to stay to that all the same. So if you are new here, if you say something in chat and we don't say anything to you vocally, it's nothing personal. It's just we're just trying to stay in the zone and keep things going, but we will talk to you as much as we can in chat itself. And also, several people watch this on YouTube, so it helps to kind of keep it sensible to where whenever this is on YouTube later, people don't have to wonder what the heck are these people talking about if we're not good about making sure to answer what we are answering to begin with. So that covers that, and bats are just flying in the chat. Apparently, everybody, if you have your bat emote, let it fly. It's adorable. It's great. Enjoy it. You guys earned it. That's all thanks to you guys. And we appreciate it and can't wait till you see the next one, because it's also going to be great. We're excited about it. So hopefully we'll have that sometime soon. Next week is episode 10. As such, we were wanting to do something special for it. So as long as all members are present, so if anyone can't make it, we might reshift. But as long as all 6 members can be present, we're going to be doing a special giveaway next week. And in honor of that, and it being a new big giveaway and some other announcements that will happen next week, we are going to do bonus points. So the points are much higher than they ever have been tonight They're even more than double. So if you do exclamation point giveaway in the chat, you can easily see how to submit any points as a raffle ticket. You get points for simply watching. I believe it's every 10 minutes that you are watching, you collect points. So as long as you keep it up and you are watching, you are continually accruing more points, and you can purchase them as a raffle ticket, and every ticket you get gets you a higher chance to win the giveaway. On top of that, subscribers get even a triple multiplier right now, I believe. And if you subscribe for the first time, you get a lot of bonus points. AKA Erlock that just gifted some subs, just probably got a lot of bonus points that you can use as tickets. So, a lot of stuff going on. Feel free to submit as many of those as you would like. We're going to keep that going all the way through the end of next week's episode and do the giveaway at the end of episode 10. So you have this episode and next episode to accumulate as much points as you can and get that thing going. Which is a little weird that the giveaway thing's not coming up. I see that Erlock just did that, so I may look at that here in a second. But that's all the announcements I can think of. SJ, did I miss anything
No.
that you can think of? Okay.
I don't think so.
All right. Well, that's all I can think of at the moment. So I think I'm ready, and I think everybody else, I hope, is ready for some D&D tonight. So step back, relax. If you've never seen our opening video, sit back and enjoy for Trials of Imagination. And here we are. Welcome back to episode 9 of Trials of Imagination. We'll get that off for right now.
Yay.
Last week, our adventurers took shelter inside of a home in hopes of avoiding the attack of wolf and werewolf and direwolf creatures outside the streets. They came into interactions with some people who were also hiding in the building that they had decided to take shelter within. As such, some words were traded, and ultimately a consensus was come to that at least it was, regardless of how the two felt about each other, there was something else worse going on outside. So let it go for now. And the people actually took advantage of that and decided to say, okay, you stay watch and we're going to get some sleep. They went to sleep, and then someone came outside and had an ominous message that something was taken from theirs. At this point, everyone is back awake, and they're trying to figure out what is this person talking about. Did you take something? Did you take something? And then everybody's trying to figure out what's going on. Nothing really came about, and it was kind of this long-winded thing to where they're trying to figure out what is going on while this character continues to almost mentally toy with the people inside in a cryptic manner. And a lovely Ayla decided to taunt the person a little bit.
I was not taunting them.
And
was not taunting them.
As a result,
Okay?
well, I'm telling the recap, so this is how it happened. So as a result of the taunting,
They took exception to that.
the person known as Ayla
I don't
kind of
say
got
blah blah blah.
got thrown around like a rag doll a little bit by gravity because she failed some throws and eventually stopped taunting. But things proceeded onward and seemed to be getting potentially worse as tensions were getting a little higher between not only the things outside and inside, but the things that were both inside. And the inner party that was there before our adventures kind of fell apart on their own as one of them turned into a werewolf unbeknownst to the rest of the party and killed the character named Drasha without the character seeing it. Ayla proceeded upstairs to investigate because she had not seen or heard from them in a while, and then saw that, in fact, that is exactly what happened. Went to relay the others, and they attempted to handle that situation as best they could. Ultimately, Namir volunteered to take on the turned werewolf while the others could just remain safe and keep each other safe, more importantly. Ultimately, Namir seemed to more or less fail in that objective, but not before taking about 6 to 7 werewolves down with him. And our characters came up with kind of a few final words between them, and the character Zyle chose to mercifully allow Namir to die of his own accord instead of turning into a werewolf himself. So he was killed with a silver blade as the sun rose up. It's still misty and foggy, so it's not crazy bright, but it's at least no longer nighttime, and you can, it's daylight outside, and it's kind of piercing through the doorway at the bottom of the stairs after a long and probably emotionally draining night for the party. And that is where we left off last week, and more importantly, where we pick up this week. Now, as I said, both Lava and Elbereth are currently out, so we will have a little bit of some interaction with those characters once I can get them to a certain point, and then we'll basically have, I guess we'll call drop-offs to where they kind of put it in park, and we'll catch up with them the following week. But from what I did talk to Lava about, I know I will tell you guys that he, already being at the bottom of the floor, is deciding to go outside. So without consulting any of you, he's just going to go outside. And I will, instead of saying anything else, I'll leave that there for now. You guys see Nadar go outside. What would the rest of you like to do?
Does he stumble out? Or
Kind of. I mean, he's still not feeling great from the night before. He kind of got tossed around like a rag doll.
Ayla, is it true that you're royalty?
who told you such thing?
I just remember hearing the guy say so from
Ridiculous. You know I come from small village on edge of kingdom.
Okay. So he was just lying?
I don't know why he would want to make you think I be royalty. Do I even sound like royalty to you?
No.
I'm a monk. I studied at Monk University. That's it.
Alright. Well, I guess we should go see what Nadar's doing.
I think I'll stay inside. It's outside creepy.
Okay. So
Okay.
marker, which I think, I'm trying to remember correctly. I think of this group, Millard was the only one downstairs, right?
That's correct, yeah.
Right. So you would be the one closest outside. So are you going to try to do that before Mark, or are you letting him pass you?
I'm just... Oh, hey, Mark. Oh, what's going on? Nadar just walked out the door.
I don't know.
Isn't that guy still out there?
I think it's morning time now.
So he buggered off, did he?
Seems like it.
Place is pretty weird. Getting kind of freaked out. Not only do we have to deal with ghosts, but these things, werewolves, ghosts, stuff that ain't natural.
Yeah.
What went on upstairs?
Upstairs?
Yeah, it sounded like a ruckus going on.
Yeah. What's his name?
Namir?
Yeah, Namir, he ended up fighting werewolves. He took out 6 or 7 of them, but he ended up going down.
I mean, he's dead.
Yeah.
That's rough, mate. I didn't like the fella, but, you know, I didn't want him dead.
Yeah.
How the others doing?
Ayla wants to stay inside, but I think we should go see what Nadar's doing.
That seems reasonable enough. She did get pretty beaten up. You think we should take out the town instead?
Sorry?
You know, like, there's got to be other people who might need our help.
Yeah.
Not everybody's so fortunate to survive a werewolf attack.
Yeah.
We should probably take a joint around.
Yeah, I agree. But with that Samael guy, I don't think we should stick around for next night.
Oh, I'm agree with that. Where do you think we should go next? I know we've been heading north, but I kind of feel like we should head back, like, a little bit, because we haven't really explored that way much. You know, we were kind of in a rush when we arrived here.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
we kind of got our bearings. We might have a full day to look around.
Maybe
I
that's a
talked to
good
Elbereth
idea.
about it, and she kind of agrees.
Yeah.
Zyle, by this point, I feel like you could probably have come down the stairs if you had wanted to.
Or straw beds upstairs, right? Isn't that what they were sleeping on?
Yeah, just straw.
So, in the meantime, while they're discussing, he will have been gathering up straw to build a pyre for Namir.
Okay.
You wanna go grab the others upstairs and let them know where we're going. We don't want to head off without letting them know. Maybe grab Zahel. He could come with us.
You're asking Zael?
Well, I think we should probably grab him. You know,
Yeah.
the others probably need their rest. They had a pretty rough night. And then, I mean, Nadar's here, Elbereth's here, keep an eye out.
Yeah.
So, Mark, do you go upstairs to get Zyle?
Oh, I thought Millard was talking to Zael.
He's talking to you about Zyle.
Oh. Alright, you go check on Nadar then.
Oh, this one's alright.
Alright.
I'll see if I
Go
can find him some alcohol. That'll cheer him up.
I'll go upstairs and I'm out of character saying I'll go upstairs and see if I can get or tell Zael what's going on.
Okay.
I'll walk out the door.
All right. We'll handle the inside first and then the outside. So, Zyle, you want to describe to Mark what you're doing?
You probably would have caught him at this point. He'd have a load of straw and materials coming downstairs with it. He'd probably meet you along the way.
Oh, okay. What's going on, Zaya?
Namir here was very adamant he not become a werewolf, and I don't know what's around here, so I was gonna offer him a proper burial since he did kind of save our lives.
Maybe I can help.
Yeah, actually, that'd be great if you could help me grab some straw. We'll build him a pyre outside.
Okay, yeah. I'll get some straw.
Okay. So you two collectively go to gather the materials. As anytime you need to know something, Zal will direct you on what you're kind of trying to do as you go to give Namir a proper burial. Millard, when you step outside, you can swing your head to the left and see Nadar kind of a good 30 to 40 yards away, just kind of like looking. And you see him perk his head up and turn a specific direction and then dart into a pure Naruto run sprint in a direction that is, I guess, northish into the town.
Well, that don't look good.
The best you can tell from your perspective, something got his attention and he sprinted towards it.
There's either two things. It's either that bat again, or he sniffed some alcohol. Either way, I guess I better follow.
Or the bat has alcohol.
The bat has alcohol.
Surprise.
Is alcohol.
Plot twist.
At a leisurely jaunt, I follow behind him.
Okay, so you're going to follow where he went?
Not in too much of a rush, but like
Sure.
Enough to keep up with him.
And Ayla, while they are doing that, what were you wanting to do inside?
I think I'll probably just walk around and see if there's anything that gives us clues as to the town or how they, took care of themselves and everything, because I assume that, as night hits, again, we're gonna have to deal with the wolves and everything. So just trying to figure out, probably not the best idea to stay there, but if there's anything there that can give me clues as to what to do next.
Sure. Splitting the party 3 ways. Just waiting to see how long it took for this to happen.
9 episodes.
Yeah, and Elbreth is going to follow Millard, so she will kind of be behind you, I suppose. She's more of focused and staring down as if meditating, so she's not really like trying to be conversational, but she is with you. And as you follow the direction to where Nadar was heading, you can't see him anymore, but you see as you turn up around the block and you can see a bigger building about another 20 to 30 yards ahead of you that you can't tell what the entire sign says because it's old and been scratched for many, many years, but you can see one word pretty clearly, and that word is tavern.
Who would have thunk?
Well, I guess those always survive. Somehow.
And there is smoke coming from the tavern. Not like it's on fire, like as if it's
Chimney.
Chimney. It's active, up and running.
Do I hear any noise from inside?
Not from that far away.
I step up to it.
You hear several. It sounds like the place is actually populated, as if it's a normal business day, basically.
I pull up my hood and I enter the tavern.
Okay.
And I try to look inconspicuous.
All right. We'll leave you there for now. Zyle and Mark, by this point, would have kind of got what you wanted. And the process has been started, so I don't know if you wanted to like wait to let the body fully decompose, or if you were just gonna let it be, or what were you planning on doing?
He was just gonna build a pyre out, kind of outside, away from the house,
Mhm.
and set Nimir on it. Close his eyes, put 2 coins on his eyes. Rest easy, friend, and thank you for taking in strangers.
Okay. And now that you've done an honor to Namir's memory, what do you plan to do now?
After lighting the pyre, he will then try to look and see. Because, did you tell him that Nadar had run off? Or no?
No, Millard. I told Millard, yeah. Millard and Elbra followed Nadar, I think.
So try to find where they went.
Okay.
Okay.
So you don't know where. All you know is that they went
You
left
guys are
of
just
the
gonna
building.
leave me in the house.
You said you were walking around.
In the house?
Okay. The things you said like you were looking for sound like you were definitely going to have to go
No, I
outside of the
said I was
house.
in the house.
Okay.
No, I meant like in their living area because I didn't really look
Oh.
in like where they were staying.
Okay.
So
That makes
that's
more
what I
sense.
was looking around in.
Okay. Well, we'll go ahead. So Zao and Mark will be kind of making their way back towards the house because you're going to have to pass the house to get back to where Nadar went. So you guys are making your way back to where you came from. And Ayla, you... let's see. You're on the bottom floor?
No, I'm on the top.
You're still on the top floor. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't left the top.
What would you like to look for first? Let's be more specific.
I guess tools and maybe maps.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Ten.
With a 10, you don't find any maps. You don't really find any tools. You scrummaging through just some of the piles of hay, you can find that there is a extra spare silver blade that was hidden as a spare.
Okay.
So you can add that to your inventory. But no tools or maps or anything.
Okay. After I look upstairs, I go downstairs. I was already really there, so I'll go outside and see where everybody is.
Okay. You come outside just in time for Zao and Mark to kind of run into, so the three of you are back together. And you don't know exactly where they went. All you know is they went to the left of the house.
Okay.
That because they player-wise, you guys know that they went north eventually, but your characters don't know that. So you're just gonna kind of trace the area you know that they went.
Wait,
And
you said I came out and they were passing?
That you three are together now. You Zao and Mark.
So apparently Nadar has run off to do who knows what.
He probably sniffed out some tavern. He seemed a little on the sober side, so...
Yeah, that probably hurt a little bit.
I don't remember seeing your tavern. Did you see where they ran off to?
I did not, unfortunately.
No. What should we see if we can find anyone? If anyone is still alive around here, and maybe they can tell us where tavern is.
Probably a good idea. And
You
I'm sure
assume
there's
there is a tavern.
Okay.
You assume there is a tavern.
If Nadar just run off straight, there's tavern. There is
Maybe.
nothing else in this world that dwarf run after so quickly.
Hmm.
If it's not tavern, it has something to do with alcohol anyway. So
Okay. So, all three of you make a perception check,
Okay.
and we'll see who notices what. And you
aha.
is that nat 20?
Yes, it is.
Of course it is.
I got
25 total.
19
I rolled
plus
a
4, so 23.
Jeez.
perception. I rolled a 3.
All right. So Mark notices that you're standing on a road and that there's buildings around you. That's about it.
Yeah.
Zyle and Ayla, you notice in the distance that you both had high rolls, so you're going to notice a couple of things. In the distance, there are some villagers that some are cleaning up debris, repairing houses. Some are also retrieving dead bodies that seem to be going to bury those. And with that high of a roll, if you just kind of take a complete look around, you will also see smoke coming from one building, which is in the direction of the north.
Smoke is in from a hearth, or smoke is in from it burning?
Like from a chimney.
That is good sign.
There's some bastion of civilization over there, at least.
All
Well,
right.
at least one fireplace for sure.
Okay. Let's
So
go
what-
over there.
What's the scene in the streets right now? Because there was death everywhere when we ran in the house. Are there
was
bodies in the
screaming
streets?
everywhere.
Or...
There was screaming everywhere.
Right. And while I answer that, Millard, I sent you a message just to let you know kind of what's going on with Nadar, so you can have an idea of what to expect there here in a second, so you're not caught completely off guard. So, yes, in the streets, like I said, there's kind of a mix of things. As you're looking around, you see people repairing buildings that were obviously damaged physically. You see people wounding to their own. You see people fetching bodies that are also dead, seemingly to go do the same thing you did for Namir. It's kind of a mess. But they all seem to be ignoring you.
Should we help them before we go looking for Nadar? I mean, I'm pretty sure Nadar is safe, and Millard and Elbreth are following him. Should we help them? Maybe get some information, probably?
Seems like the right thing to do, at least.
Nah.
I was hoping to just go find the dark.
Well, you can run after them. We'll help here.
Okay.
Is that what you would like to do, Mark?
Yeah, I'll just continue on in the direction of the chimney smoke.
Okay. We'll follow Mark and leave Zal and Ayla for right now. And Mark, you get right about to the door and you hear some fairly loud talking that sounds like a angry dwarf really demanding some alcohol. And then Millard, if you want to try to reply first, you can.
I walk up to the bartender.
Mm-hmm.
Oi, mate. Maybe I can be of some assistance here. I'm sure my associate here is just looking for a good drink.
He's going to turn to you. It's not a crazy tall person, maybe 5'10" or so. Very, very overweight, bald. He's just cleaning a glass. Doesn't have like a lot of motion to his face. Just kind of looks at you. Your friend has tried to grab the last 4 drinks that I'm giving to customers. I tell him you won't drink, you pay. But he no pay. He keep trying to grab drink from other people. And then yelling some sort of Dwarvish. Probably a curse. I don't know.
Right, alright. I lay the silver dagger that I have. I'm sure this will be of value to you. Will you accept this as payment?
What do you want?
Couple drinks from my friend. Hopefully, some information if I can get it for this. I hear silver's valuable around here.
He's certainly not invaluable. Tell you what, last night was long night for everyone. I will forgive Dwarf for yelling at me this time, and for trying to take customers' drinks and making 2 people leave building before they can buy more. And forget about it, and let you have up to 6 drinks total. Seem fair?
That seems fair enough to me. You mind if I ask you a couple questions?
Yeah, we're already here, I suppose. He's just continually cleaning the drink with his emotionless face. He's just staring at you.
You don't seem too surprised about the sight of a dwarf in your tavern. I'm sure, would it be safe to say you have a lot of travelers come through your town?
It depends on what you mean by a lot, but it is not first dwarf I've seen. But travelers are a dime dozen.
How often do you say you see new folks around these parts?
Oh, hard to say exactly, but a few every month maybe. If they last long enough.
That's an interesting way to phrase that, mate. Do they have
Yeah.
a habit of not lasting long enough?
Were you in village last night?
Oh, yeah. Me and my companion there spent a lovely time staying at a neighbor's house, I guess.
Then you probably know answer to question. He's not a nice place.
Right, my second question would be this. Are werewolves the worst thing that you see around here? Because one of our compatriots seemed to make things seem like worse things are in the dark around this place.
Your companion was smart then. Werewolf is definitely not the worst thing around here. There are many things that stalk in shadow, waiting for right moment. And during this at this point of the conversation, Mark can enter the building as well.
A third
Right.
question for you.
I'll enter in.
You've obviously met travelers coming and going to here. Could you explain a bit about where they come from? And maybe if they have a way of leaving or returning to where they came from?
That'll be a question. If you ever find out, you let me know. And then I can tell the next one like you did that same question. You're certainly
So it's a
not.
common question then.
You're certainly not the first to ask. But no one ever come back. I don't know what happened to him.
Where do people normally head out from here? Because obviously they don't all stay around here.
It depends. within village, not much. There's mercantile shop that some people go to. It used to be blacksmith, but he's eaten by bat 2 weeks ago. He was a big bat. And that's really it for village. Other than that, you can go west and make your way to other town from far off. I haven't been there in a long time.
Are there any places to the south worth seeing?
To the south is the gates of Barovia, but they're massive. You do not get by them. They're barricade.
Interesting. Thanks for the drinks, mate. I look over at Mark.
He just looks back
Hey.
down.
Hi, Mark. Where the rest of everybody?
They're just helping out some locals.
Okay. Tell them. Oh, never mind. I guess we'll go over there when Nadar's finished. Kind of look over at Nadar.
He's
I mean, he's well inebriated by now.
he's 3 deep into your 6 total.
All right.
Just chugging away, and Elbereth is also sitting at the table with him, but not really saying anything. She's just kind of looking at her necklace that she gained a couple of episodes ago, and just seems to be meditating on it.
Nice necklace, Elbreth.
She just nods.
Oh wait, barkeep. One more question, if I may. Is there any place we should avoid going? Any place around here we consider extremely dangerous? I mean, beyond the usual danger, of course.
At night, anywhere. But even during day, don't go to castle. I feel like it's obvious, but you're obvious not from here, so you would not know better. It's Devil's Castle. Don't go there.
Right. I try to avoid the devil at all costs. So, thank you for the tip.
Keep
We
dwarf
better
from
meet
breaking.
with the
Devil?
others.
Keep dwarf from
Where's-
breaking thing, please.
Where's the castle?
I motioned to Elbreth.
If you look,
I keep an
El-
eye on him.
if you look outside and just happen to look up, if it's not too foggy, you'll see castle in distance. It is to west and slightly straight north from there.
Huh, okay.
Hard to miss. Very big castle. Very big.
Let's go have a chat with the others, Mark. What'd you say to
Yeah.
her?
Alright.
Yes,
Lead
what
the way, mate.
Sorry?
Lead the way. You sort
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know what they are.
Alright. I'll lead the way back south
Okay.
to where they were.
So Nadar and Elbereth will stay at the tavern and chill, and that will probably be where they sit for the rest of the episode. So you can come back and interact with them if you want to, but that's where they're going to be.
I want to steal all their stuff.
Not here to defend themselves. So Mark and Millard are going to leave the building, and as they leave, we'll go back to Zal and Ayla to pick up what they've been doing while Millard was having this conversation at the tavern. So last I checked, if I remembered, you guys were going to approach a civilian and try to assist or communicate to them.
Yeah, if somebody's like, helping gather bodies or treat wounded or anything like that, Zal would go up and offer to help.
Okay. You come up on a family of 3, and what seems to be a brother assisting another brother who his entire leg is gone, basically, and it's just he doesn't really know what to do. He's just kind of wrapping it and trying to keep pressure on it to keep from bleeding. The one on the ground is obviously in shock and not exactly in the greatest state.
So he's actively wrapping his leg.
Trying to. They don't exactly have medical wrap. He's basically just ripping clothes from whatever he can find and trying to.
I will come up to him. Lad, not gonna lie, this is pretty bad. Maybe I can help you out a little here. And I'll give him a cure wounds just to see if I can. I know I can't regrow it for him, but at least seal it up, stop the bleeding for him.
Okay. You do that, and it's going to heal. It's going to close the wound. Obviously it's going to take a long time for him to psychologically recover, but he's at least stable for the moment. Yet instead of a warm thank you or welcome, you get more of a shock and appall type of reaction and more of a jump back type of effect. And they look very concerned and worried. And the one's just going to look at you, Blaine, is like, You witch. What did you just do?
Quite the opposite, actually.
What is opposite of witch?
Yeah. Power from the divine, etc., etc. Don't ask me how it works.
So,
You don't have healers here?
What is healer?
I'm gonna kind of assume Alo's there with me.
He's right there.
Yeah.
Can't hear you, buddy.
Muted.
I'm just staring at him like, what?
I'm gonna give you kind of glance over my shoulder and give you the same kind of confused look. It's like,
I'm like, do no one have ability to heal here? They obviously have other abilities.
With-
Very, very strong here, but
we
no
have
heal?
ability with herbs and medicine to heal things, but not death.
Are there other abilities here?
I don't know what you mean by ability. Look, we just. I live in Village of Barovia my whole life. I don't travel. I don't see much. We just people. I don't know what you are. Just don't hurt us. We had enough.
Obviously, we are not here to hurt you. He just healed you.
What is? Nothing about this is obvious.
He healed you. Why would we hurt you after we healed you?
you were bleeding and now you were not. I don't understand what's to figure out here.
I don't understand how you did it. Unless you were working for the devil himself. The only one that ever portrays any sort of things like this.
Question for you. This place does not feel like our home. You say we are Barovia? City, town, country?
This is Village of Barovia, yes.
Okay.
And country is also Barovia. It's like capital.
What are neighboring countries?
He looks very confused.
Are there no neighboring countries? There are no other countries here. Just Barovia.
Surely you're not the only country in the world.
I don't know what you mean by country. There is other towns several days from here.
Okay, but they all belong to Barovia.
Yes.
Okay, so everything is in Barovia.
I assume there's some world out there, maybe. Seems rather pessimistic to think otherwise, but I've never been. I never explored outside the village.
Okay.
Never heard stories or
Look.
anything.
Look, I appreciate the thought that you seem to think I am intelligent. Most people do not. I don't know if you can see a tire. I'm farmer. I don't.
Okay.
I don't know
Who-
these things you were asking.
Do you know anyone who would know these things we are asking?
I don't. There is. I don't know if. I feel stupid saying, but I don't know if he's real. But there's a story of men who live on mountain. That
Man on mountain.
everyone kind of called him crazy person. But
Okay.
if you people are any indication, you seem like crazy people to me, and maybe what you're looking for is crazy.
Well, okay. Different. Let's go different way. You know Namir?
Uh,
Do you know
The-
Russia?
the brother of Drosha?
Da.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. He have abilities. Da. Not the heal ability, but he had like, super strength and agility.
You. I'm gonna tell you as a DM, you are shattering this man's world because he did not know that.
I'm asking him.
I'm just letting you know he did not know
Okay.
that, so he is attempting to process what you just said. He doesn't say anything. It's just obvious on his face that he doesn't even know what to say. He's just trying to process.
No abilities there. Just wondering. Just wondering. Okay. Who is smartest person in village? Just most knowledgeable within the village.
The way you come from, do people rank each other in intelligence? Is this something people do?
I don't mean like in terms of rank. I'm not looking for scholar here.
What conceited
No,
place
I'm
do you
saying
come from?
If you have questions, who would you go to? Is this place really that simple?
Ismark, maybe?
Where
Have you
can
ever-
I find these mark?
This time of day, he's either walking around village, probably helping the wounded, or might be at tavern.
Okay, what's he look like?
Young man, long blonde hair. Looks like he belong in military.
Wait a second. How do you know what military is if Barovia is the only country?
We have militia to fend from beast. This is not normal for where you come from.
No, we are different plane. Okay, we will go find young, long-haired blonde.
I
chickies.
confused. Now you treat me like I'm dumb, which is what everyone else do.
Can we,
No,
What-
you're not
what's-
dumb. You just be from Barovia.
It's okay. Everyone treats
What's
me
your
this way.
name, lad?
My name is Bonds.
Have you ever heard of anyone
not
named
worthy.
Old Man Henrik Vons?
That is. Now thinking, that is man I mentioned, man on mountain.
Same person.
If story is true. I never meet him.
What mountain is this on, Bonds?
It's going to be Mount Baratok, that is to the south. If you've never If you explore center of Barovia, it is great valley in between two giant mountains on north and south, and then giant walls on east and west. Anything outside that? No idea. I've really never seen walls. I just hear from stories.
Barnes, you're very helpful, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. He's like, kind of firmly like grab his shoulder, but not in a threatening way, just like in a fatherly way. Like, just take it slow, lad. It's gonna take some time to adjust. Don't be too hard on yourself, okay?
Okay. I feel like it's stupid question, but I don't understand things that are going on. Is his leg gonna grow back? Or is it stay nub?
Is stay nub.
Okay.
Bon leg no grow back.
I don't know at this point. I see wound heal right in front of eyes. It just as easy as potentially grow back. I don't know, but grateful.
Unfortunately, that's the best I can do.
Grateful all the same. I'm going to take brother back home now and try to calm him down.
Good idea.
Oh wait, Mark, where are they? I thought you said they were just outside.
No, they're down south here.
Oh, you've said we've been walking for like 5 minutes, and I don't see any anywhere.
Yep.
Oh, there they are. Okay. Oh, now I trust you again, Mark.
Now that we finished breaking this poor young man's mind.
You always did what?
Not bad.
So, yeah, these people around here apparently aren't used to healers, starters.
Oh,
They
yeah.
just freak some poor kid out.
So, from what I can tell, we ended up in like the worst place ever. Because 2 days ago, the blacksmith was eaten by a giant bat, and that's not like the worst thing I've heard of since I've been here.
I think your assessment is right. And we still have no idea how to get out of here.
Well, I got kind of an idea, but it's not like a great plan. So I was talking with some of the locals, and they gave me kind of lay of the land, some spots to avoid and spots to maybe hit. They say this is one of the larger towns. There's a town to the west if we need anything we can't find here. They said there's a castle up north that should be avoided. And they said something kind of cryptic, I couldn't really understand it myself, about the gates of Barovia, which I figure is this country that we're in, this land. But they seem real hesitant about it. Like it's some place that should be avoided or that you can't get through. But also, with a name like the Gates of Barovia, makes me think, well, that's the way out of here.
Yeah.
And Mark just sat there. He was with me the whole time.
I wasn't there the whole time.
Okay, you weren't there the whole time. But,
Find the door.
Oh, don't worry. I left him at the tavern. He'll be fine. Drinks paid for.
Yeah, it's with Elbereth.
Elbereth's
Okay.
got him.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least someone has eye on it. That is good.
I talked to Elbereth last night, and she and I thought we should go and check out the south, which I'm still kind of in favor of. But I don't know, mate. Like these towns seem real suspicious of going down south.
I just talked to the kid I scared to death. Before Mynir died, he told me to find old man Henrik. And apparently he resides on a mountain called Baratot, to the south of here.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The kid
Yeah.
called him a crazy old man. What that means, I don't know. I've been called that too, so make of it what you will.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole
Should
place
we
just
get
seems
some
pretty crazy.
provisions and go south? How far do you think it is?
But the real question is, should we go south to this mountain or should we look for these gates?
What if the mountain is the gate?
I think no, a mountain's not a gate.
Well, it doesn't necessarily need to be like an arch. It's just like gate as in the way to something. Like the mountain may be the gate. It's just like the way to the other thing.
I mean, there's
Blah blah blah.
the folks said like it was barricaded, so I'm tending to think it's a real gate. Just saying.
Okay, fine.
Perhaps the gate is to keep people from the mountain.
Or the mountain to keep the people from the gate.
Either way, if we're looking for a way out of here, south
I
is where we ought to
don't
look.
think that there is I think there may be a way out of Barovia, but from talking to that lad over there, I do not think that any way walking out of Barovia is going to get us home.
I'll take a look at the lad. Is he like terrified?
They're not
gone.
there anymore.
Oh. What lad? What are you talking about?
Ain't nobody here.
He decided to heal a lad who lost a limb and freaked him out because they never see magic before. They didn't know the matter had the abilities. Anyways,
Are
these
you
people
sure
are
this is like a
super
real
simple.
person? Like, you sure it wasn't like another ghost?
Da.
Because I know Zahil's
I know how you
disability.
feel about ghosts and all that, lad.
I'm just saying, like,
But
he
it
talks
is-
to
no,
ghosts.
they-
Like,
it's not ghosts.
it could have been
Why
a
would a
ghost.
ghost lose a limb?
I don't know. Like, they can lose limbs. Like, they from dead people. If he died without a limb, he wouldn't have a limb. And I
Yes, but
know
it was
that Zahil
bleeding.
connect.
It was a bleeding limb. Ghosts don't bleed.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Ghosts can't
I'm
bleed.
just being prepared.
Okay.
Zyle, you are going to see that person actually coming back down the road. He's not an athletic man, so he's not running, but he's just kind of no, not the limbless. Good gosh, the one that you were talking to, Barnes, is kind of just trotting back, and he's like, "Oi, man who heal with finger. I don't know if it's of use to you, but Ismark is at tavern. Thought I'd let you know. That's all I got. But
Great.
Thank you.
there's more of you.
For young
There's
blonde.
there's more of you now. I leave.
You guys really freaked this kid out.
Goodbye.
I told you. Apparently, Ismark is the smartest person in town.
Well, he's the one that those two would go to for advice, anyways.
Right. That's relatively speaking.
I
They
mean,
said to look for a young man with long blonde hair that looks like he be in military. But I don't know any military-looking people with long blonde hair, so I don't know about this.
it just depends on the
Different-
country, I guess.
Different
No.
peoples have different standards for military, so
Nah.
Right.
Anyways,
Marky went to
tavern.
university.
You guys
He
went
knows.
to
He
tavern.
knows.
You
He
went to
knows
tavern.
these things.
You went to tavern.
Yeah. Well,
All right, let's go
I
back.
didn't see anybody like that.
Well, he said he's at tavern now, so let's go to tavern now. Maybe he arrive after you leave.
I mean, we only got so many hours in a day. Don't you think we should head south and
I
check out this
think-
gate?
how much of a trek is
information
it back
is
to the
most-
tavern?
Prevalent.
I'm just saying, I don't want to spend an hour more in this town than I have to.
How much of a
No
trek
one said
is
we
it
have to
back?
be at tavern for an hour.
Less than
How
5
much
minutes.
is it?
Close if he's there. If he's not there, we can go to mountain.
I'm just saying,
How
isn't
much
the
of it-
first time you've said, I just want to go for a little
Not
bit
this
of time?
conversation.
How much of a trek is it back to the tavern?
Well, it
But-
took us like 10
but-
minutes to get here, but that was following you.
Right. It's about.
Time is relative, Millard.
It's fair. in a direct path when you know where you're going. About 5-7 minutes.
Okay.
All right, man in sky save. 7 minutes. Let's go.
Something weird's going on in this town. I really don't like being here.
Nor do I.
Zion, what do you think? Should we go back to the tavern?
This guy is the only lead we've got. He's
Well,
smart. I
not the
don't know.
only lead. There's also the mountain.
The only close lead we have.
Yes.
Fine. If we don't want to head south, we head back to the tavern.
I do want
I
to head
said
south.
we can go to mountain right after. We do not have to interrogate him for hours.
Fine.
I just want to talk to him.
I know what happens when you talk to people, Ayla.
If you want,
I've seen what
Zyra
happens
can
when you
to
talk
him,
to
I will
people.
stay silent.
When you talk to people, people get thrown around buildings. Or the buildings get thrown around. And sometimes
Okay.
those buildings have people in them, like me. So that's fine. I'm just
If
going to stay
that was
outside the
one
building this time.
One time, giant pick up building while you were in it. Not my fault. I was talking to him. Not
That's what
my
happens when you
fault.
say, look, this fella, like, I've never talked to a giant before. I just want to talk to him this one time.
Just once. I didn't do it again, did I?
So are
Out
you
of
walking to
Yeah.
the
Okay,
like,
we'll
what do
walk
you...
to the tavern.
All right, let's go.
Let's walk
I
to
am.
the tavern.
Fine. But I'm staying outside the tavern this time.
Fine.
Now with that, we walk towards the tavern.
Okay. So I'm just going to assume this banter just keeps going as you're walking towards the tavern.
Look,
And-
one time I talked to a giant. How was I supposed to know that word was a slur in their language? Like,
I'm just saying, you can't talk about people's mothers like that. Like,
no, it was
I don't
slur.
think it any
Everyone
language.
knows that, Ayla.
I don't think in any
I
language.
lived in tiny town, okay? I didn't even live in town. I lived outside of town. It was an hour walk to town.
It's just things you learn in polite society. Like
I
even
did
me,
not grow up
like-
in polite society. You not hear me?
oh, even in
Does it
impolite
sound
society.
like I was raised in the proper household.
Like I'm a sailor, and we curse at each other all the time. But we never said anything like that about anybody's mother, because we knew the second that happened, that's when you get thrown off the ship.
Again, I did not know it was slur of your mama, okay?
That's like even in
Not
impolite
my fault.
society. Okay, fine. We're here. You guys go check out this young military fella. I'm gonna wait outside because if anything happens, I gotta be ready.
Before you even enter, you just hear a loud crashing sound. Followed
Great.
just by, dang it,
What
I
happened?
said
Leave in the
don't
dark.
break thing.
I'm going to assume there was a dwarf attached to that whole uproar in there.
Well, I thought Elboreth could handle him. Normally, she's pretty good at calming him down.
Alright, I will not do the talking. Zal will do the talking. I will do the sitting and possibly a drink. And I
Mark,
walk
you
inside.
better head in there too. If
Yeah.
we need any sort of spell to calm him down, or perhaps to move Nadar outside, it'd be good to have you in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so the three are entering the building and Miller's staying outside.
Yeah.
So you three enter, and the scene you see is Nadar just passed out and just kind of took a couple of glasses with him whenever he did. They were empty, but the glasses are broken now. But they, instead of really doing anything, no one seems to be going there. So Nadar's just passed out on the floor with some alcohol that didn't make it in his mouth over his beard, and he's just passed out. And Elberth actually seems to be also passed out, but from her own volition seems to just like falling asleep kind of on the table.
Honestly, that's not nearly as bad as what I was expecting. I think he'll be alright like that.
What happened?
Who are you asking that to?
I'm asking whoever's around that will answer.
Bartender just turns slowly Just motionless, kind of look at you. Dwarf, drink lot, not handle his alcohol, pass out, take glasses with him. When he wake, I make him pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck with that.
He's
Do
like he's staring at Ayla while just cleaning glasses. Just, I know like jokes.
How much will it be?
He knocked down 3 glasses, so that will be 3 Barovian coins.
So we're not from here. We honestly don't know even exchange rate for here. We just got here last night.
Could I?
You want to guess how many people come and drink and then try to say, I'm not from here, I don't have money, it's fine, I no need pay.
No, I'm not saying we won't pay. I'm saying we do not have your coinage.
You know how
Because
many
they're not
people
from
say, oh, it's fine, I know saying we not pay, I saying we don't have your coin.
Would you take
If that
bartering?
many
Would you
people
accept
say
bartering?
it, why do you not think it through? Some magic man in hood brought us here out of not our will. That's
Because
not the
most
right way to
people,
phrase it.
we get security to shake them down and get coin from pocket.
But we don't have your coin.
And I don't know you. I have no reason to think you're telling truth.
Okay.
Would
I
you
will show
accept
you
bartering?
my coin. The coin I have on P. And then if you want it, you can have it. Okay? That?
He just emotionally just waves you to come over.
I go over. And I give him a coin.
What kind of coin?
Hold on. Where's my pocketbook? Inventory. There we go. He wanted a gold coin.
Who wanted a Barovian coin?
Three.
I hand him a
Barovian
copper coin.
Just one?
Well, I told him I'd give him a coin so he could look at it.
Yeah, I'm just verifying.
Yeah, just one.
Looks at it. You definitely travelers. This not from here. This coin no good here.
See?
All same, coin no good.
That.
How
I
much-
told you we don't have your coin. So, what would you like instead?
I've got a book. Just
He has a book.
And
regular book.
I have a bar. What are we just saying things out loud that we own?
Yeah, would you accept bartering?
Not a book.
No.
You have
Um,
you have weapons, you have clothes, you have shield, you have medicine, you have food, you have anything like
We
that.
have muffin?
maybe?
Here, have muffin.
He has never seen a muffin, so he's not going to know what to do with that.
You eat it.
He's holding it upside
It's
down.
food. It's upside down. It's food, okay? It's food. There's a wrapper around the bottom. You just take that off and you eat it. It has blueberries in it. It's very nutritious. Yummy,
This, this looks like a mushroom drowned.
yummy. It's a bread, okay? It's like a baby loaf.
Why would you drown mushroom? Mushroom fine by itself.
It's not mushroom.
Mhm.
My word, it is like bread.
Eek.
It is like a treat.
um,
Yummy.
Mm.
Just try it, okay?
Is not for me. It would be more for others. I don't really taste food, anyways.
Okay. Well, do you accept muffin as payment?
No.
Then
What
give
about-
it back.
shoves
What
it
about
across.
a ration?
A ration of what?
A ration of food.
Perhaps more specific. A ration of what food?
I already tried to give him muffin. He didn't like it.
Tell you what. I need to clean and do more thing. If you can provide 10 coin of what you had earlier, I know someone who likes to collect these things and will trade for me later. I will take that.
Okay, here 10 coin. If Nadar breaks anything else, it is not my... I am not paying for any more. That's it.
Okay.
Right, so I give him the 10 copper coins. Or, yeah, whatever.
So he's going to take the 10 and we'll give each of you one drink.
Yay.
For whoever wants it, that is.
Duncan's right.
But no matter, like, even if someone declines a drink, he's going to keep all 10 of the coin.
As I will take one.
Okay. Mark, do you want one?
No.
Okay.
I'll take that.
So Zyle has 1, Mark has 0, Ayla has 2. And
I pay
then
for it. I get to drink it. Okay?
the bartender is going to ask, like, are you with you tall robe man? You were here with other person earlier. Are they won't drink?
Okay, fine.
And I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to other men. You're not even men.
He wanted to stay outside.
Do he
You know,
want
though, I think I'll take it and just lean out the door and, like, hold it out to Millard.
Okay.
You want one, lad? Before it turns into a fight.
So Millard Zyle is holding a drink out to you if you would like it.
Just leaning out the door.
Oh. Right. Thanks, mate.
Please, thank you. As he goes back inside.
Fair enough.
Outing's going in
Who's
there.
the blonde? Where is he?
Uh,
I promise
which-
I know do the talking.
Okay,
I'll
Millard,
whisper to Millard, she's talking.
Yeah, I can hear from here. There's a reason I'm staying outside.
All right. Okay, now that you're all inside and have your drinks, are you going to sit down at the table Nadar was at, or are you going to go sit at another table? What do you want to do?
Looking
I
for
wanna-
blonde boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
You're
sit down at a table that Nadar hasn't spilled stuff on. And
Yeah. So I just want to verify your plan is to go look for someone you don't know and sit down with them.
No.
Just introduce myself.
Okay. Just making sure, because I know Zyle said he wanted to sit down, but Mark and Ayla are literally just going to walk up to the first blonde guy that they see. Is that what I understand correctly here?
Zyle is supposed to be the one
Depends
talking
if-
to said blonde person. I don't know why he be sitting.
It depends.
I haven't
if
found him
there's
yet.
more than one blonde person.
They said young, long blonde hair, look like military man.
Zyle, make a perception check.
That
Well-
is the opposite of the last one and is a natural 1.
All right. You,
6 total, if that matters.
when you go to sit down, you sit down a little harder than you should, and you tap the drink, and it gives that nice little like splash and goes right into your eyes. So kind of hinders your vision for just a second. Like you're not blind or anything. You're not really seeing things in the room at the moment. Mark and
So
Ayla,
you
what are
just
you
kinda-
doing?
I want to
That's
look around
good,
and see if I can
Lyle.
find if there's any blonde guys.
Perception check.
Okay, that's a 16.
You don't see anyone with blonde hair at all. But with a 16, there's only really one person in the room that seems to have any form of athletic physique. Everyone else just seems kind of overweight or that or they're female. There are some females in some very vibrant colored dresses at a certain table, which seems a little weird. It kind of sticks out in this dreary place compared to more of like the black and gray and brown that everyone else is wearing.
Is
But-
the bartender still behind the bar? Like, is he right there?
Yes.
I down my drink.
Okay.
What was the guy's name we're looking for?
Ismark.
Ismark. Okay.
Ismark?
I downed one. Just one. I downed one. Put it on the bar. Last thing. Is Ismark here? We were told to look for him.
He just kind of looks and points in the direction of Mark, now turning around to kind of point to you in the direction of the character he just saw. The bartender's pointing to the same person that Mark pointed to.
Okay.
Okay.
Dankeschön. Zaya, get up. You're supposed to do the talking. I'm not allowed to talk. Per
Right.
Miller's request.
As he's wiping the alcohol out of his eyes still.
Mm-hmm. So
Is
you're
he
going.
seated at the bar or
No, he's seated at a table by himself. He has a hood on, so you can't see his face
Yeah.
or hair, but is the only person in the building that doesn't seem like the dad bod or the overweight type or a female.
I'll walk over there to his table, and the drink that I have sloshed in my face but not drank out of yet, I'll sit it down in the center of the table and say, "For the smartest man in town," so I hear.
Just kind of looks at you, puzzling, looks up to see, presumably, I'm guessing, Ayla and Mark approaching as well.
Yeah.
Or your Ayla staying at the bar.
For now.
So, Zal and Mark approaching. He looks back at Zal. No. So, I don't want any trouble. I just want to drink, attempt to relax after last night, and then go home. So, if we could leave this building without an altercation, that would be much preferred.
We're not here for trouble. We just had a few questions to ask.
Funny you say those things, because that's three things we have in common. I don't want to fight. I want to relax after last night, and I want to go home. And the best I could gather, there was some poor lad that had his leg torn off. Was able to stop the bleeding. His brother said you were the one to talk to. You know a fella named Barnes?
Yes, local farmer.
Good kid. He's in shock right now, though.
Understandably so. That's... They're not very old. They haven't been in village long enough to really see attack, not like this. So it's a little jarring to them.
What is causing these attacks?
What causes a devil to be evil?
The
not
devil
really-
is?
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying it. I don't know if there is answer to that question. It's always been attacks. Never quite to this extent, this was a lot.
Hmm.
This was more than I've ever seen in one night. Quite perplexing, actually. Normally, there's not that many in one place. It's hard to keep order of that many creatures. Things like night creatures, they have their own will, you see. Like if you ever been around a bunch of bad people, they tend to not be in droves of groups, because they all want power. They want to have more, and they ultimately kill each other. So it's very rare to see this many in one place.
Okay.
While you guys are having this conversation, Millard, you're going to have a rather hefty lady kind of lean up against you with an ale right here, just holding up right up to you, and she's going to just sloshily give you a, "Well, I've never seen you around here."
Yeah, I don't. Kind of new to this place, you know. I've never seen you around here neither.
Do you want to?
I'm afraid I can't rightly see straight right now.
I can fix that.
Oh, that is mighty forward of you.
You live here long enough, you don't really care about subtleties anymore.
That makes sense. Tell you what, you sit right here. I'm gonna go grab another drink. I'll be right back. And then I walk off away from the bar. I don't
I'll
walk
be
into
waiting.
the bar.
I'll
Walk
be
like around the
waiting.
block.
Don't keep me waiting too long. So you just walk away from the bar.
Walk away from the tavern.
Okay.
I'm gonna go find some
Anywhere but here.
anywhere but here, kind of stuff.
Okay. Well, back inside.
Do I see anything while I'm walking around the town?
Which direction are you wanting to go in relation to where you
We're
were?
actually gonna go north of the tavern. So I assume the tavern is facing south.
Yes.
So I'm gonna walk to the west and then up north a little bit.
It's mostly going to be a bunch of blocks of buildings that all look similar to each other, kind of that old thatch type of building like you were in previously, just kind of shoulder to shoulder, a whole bunch of them.
Right.
They all seem to look potentially abandoned. You see some people coming in and out of them, so you know that they're not completely abandoned, but they have that look to all of them. They don't look well kept. And the only thing you can really see other than just what appears to be houses is a sign that says mercantile.
I want to go behind the mercantile shop and see if there's a back door inside.
Okay. There, you can make your way around. Make a perception check as you're making your way around it. See if you notice anything inside.
Perception. 13.
13. That's enough. You don't get a good look at it, but you can tell the owner's inside and the shop seems open. So it's someone's in there, but you can proceed to the back without any sort of resistance.
Is the owner close to the door? Can I tell?
No, he's at the counter.
Okay. Is there space, or is the counter right there? Was there a storehouse in the back?
Yeah, it's a pretty big store. So like the counter is a good 15 to 20 feet from the front door, and you can tell there's like that kind of like curtain type of thing that is covering where he could go to a back room of sorts. And given the length of the room, since you're on the outside, you can tell the back room's probably a good 30 to 40 feet.
I would like to sneak inside.
Sneak inside the back.
Yeah, if I can.
Okay. Your first thing is you can get to the door and notice that it is locked. So you'll need to pick that if you're going to get in.
Let's do this thing.
Which, if anyone's going to.
Be suspicious, don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
I have
don't be
proficiency.
suspicious.
Yeah,
With
see,
these tools.
if anyone's going to be able to do it.
What check is this?
That's a good,
Got sleight of hand.
I believe it's sleight of hand, which is a +5. Goodness.
Yeah.
Plus
I got
5
11 now.
with proficiency for thieves' tools.
Right.
I added the proficiency bonus. I got an 11 total.
11 total.
I feel like it should be enough.
Yeah, it gives. It takes a little longer than what you feel like a door normally would. You can't tell if it's just because you are a little shook from the interaction you just had, or if it's the long night you had previously,
Oh, it's definitely the drink.
or the drink. But you get the door open, so you hear the tumblers catching, and the door opens, and you may now stealth check to see if you can get in unnoticed.
That was much better. I got a 15.
You get in the back, and no one seems to be aware of your presence, and it is just a variety shop. It seems there's just it's not very organized. There's just stuff thrown around on shelves, whether it's like simple leather armor or, dull, normal looking swords that don't seem to have any sort of unique design to them whatsoever.
Is there anything like a lockbox or coinage about?
Nothing that you spot with your eye. There are two doors on either side of the room you're in right now that could lead to other places, but they're both shut. You can't see past the curtains because the counter is on the other side of the curtains where you are. But you do see kind of like walking suddenly in the room, and since you had a high stealth check, you were covered, so he does not see you. A very large man standing at over 7 feet tall, looks like freaking Paul Bunyan, basically. Big dude. Just kind of walks by, goes in one of the doors, and shuts the door behind him.
Right. Is there anything worth stealing in here?
Given the stuff you took from the house, I feel like probably.
Like, can you describe a few things in the
Sure.
You said there's some like old swords. I'm not really interested.
Right, like broadswords, dull swords. There are some boots. There are some. There's even some like food rations packed away. There's some rope. There's some. It's very like basic leather. It doesn't look like it would do much. It's just kind of like when you had a bad day and you got nothing else to choose.
Is there like basic supplies, like food? You said it's food.
There's some rations. Yeah, it's like little like packaged stuff like a store would have. Not anything crazy. Just maybe it looks like a pile of maybe about 10 of them.
Oh, I'll take them.
All 10?
No, like take like 4.
Okay. Okay, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do after?
Is
you
there
take
any
them?
like water or alcohol in the store?
There is no alcohol and no drinks of any kind.
Okay. And I'll take the rope too.
Okay. You can add a rope to your inventory.
Right, and 4 ration. And then I'm going to sneak out.
Okay. Make another stealth check.
Oh, that was much better. That's a 21.
Okay. You start making your way out. You hear the door behind you open and see the big man coming right back through as he's passing through and kind of looks at the rations. Looks back up. And obviously having a hard time counting, but he's trying.
Get out of there.
And as he's trying, you make your way out.
It's not great to stick around where you ain't wanted.
Yeah. But you from that alone you gather he's not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Is there any markings on the packaging that might identify that they go to this store or that they're from the mercantile shop?
Yes.
Like I
Folded.
removed that.
Okay.
I scribbled on, I do whatever I gotta do to remove it.
Gosh, I don't even know what type of check to make you do with this. I'd say another sleight of hand, honestly. It probably still fits the bill.
15.
Just because someone will eventually see it. Yep. You managed to get it off.
Well, I do my best to cover it up.
It is unrecognizable. It just seems like a basic ration now.
Nice.
So
I start heading back towards the tavern.
You have successfully robbed a mercantile with 4 rations and a rope.
We're gonna steal everything.
Rogues being rogues. So you're going back to the tavern?
Yeah. But like a long way back. Not like straight back.
Trying to hope that the lady's gone before you get back.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So now we'll pick back up with Zyle and Mark, who is having a conversation with Ismark. And you guys can notice that Ayla is not... She's moving from the bar now, but she doesn't seem to be walking towards you. She seems to be walking towards the table I mentioned that is the ladies with the color dresses. Do you want to do anything, or do you want to continue your conversation with Ismark?
Continue.
I'll kind of keep a side eye on her just to make sure nothing goes down, but
Yep.
I will continue.
Yep. We'll stay with Ismark for right now.
Okay. So there's militia in this town? This town is a militia?
It is what locals would call it, just because they don't really know other term for it. It's more like a bunch of people get together and try to survive. But yes, there are designated people to try to fend off attack.
Okay.
Most people that live here never leave here. They just stay here, hoped for the best. Typically don't have a lot of it.
Okay. Is there a blacksmith in town?
Yeah, there was. But big bat.
A bat killed this blacksmith?
He ate him.
Did the blacksmith have an apprentice?
Apparently not. Because we know they have blacksmith in Wild now.
Okay. Is there a stable in town?
It's an abandoned stable. There's not active one. As you'll notice if you explore town, most buildings are abandoned or just filled with civilians. Nothing really survives here very long due to the frequency of having to survive creature attacks.
I see.
Now, before I ask questions, let's trade names. I am Ismak. What do you go by?
My name, I'm Mark.
Can't tell if you're-
Yabzael.
Is his name actually Muck?
Yeah.
It is.
Simple. You
He's
say,
not a simple man, I assure you.
yeah, especially not here. People here will probably seem very simple to you. You're not from here, no?
Correct.
It's easy to tell.
We are very new, actually, and we're hoping you could offer some insight on this.
Depending on what you're trying to find, that may be of some service. But
A,
I have...
a way home.
Oof. I'm afraid I'm going to have to be a bad news to you there. I don't know if I have answer for you. But for sake of... I don't want to fill you with doubt and lack of hope. You seem to actually have some, which is very welcoming here. Most people don't have this. So I want to see you hold on to this if you can. So, where is home?
Apparently
Toro.
somewhere that no one has ever heard of around here.
Toro. We're from Toro.
It's per usual. I don't really know what it is. You're not the first adventurers I've talked to. They come through every now and then. I don't want to go against what I said earlier about potentially giving you news that's not hopeful, but I feel like you should at least know truth, which is quite likely the reason you are here is that you were probably brought here as the devil's playthings.
The devil's
Yep.
playthings? Yeah, okay, yeah.
You took the words out of my mouth. We were told by some crap stain in a hood that he likes to toy with people and torture them and etc., etc. And the next thing we know, we're surrounded by fog and we're out in the woods.
You were surrounded by mist and managed to survive.
I think the mist teleported us here.
He's gonna look a little confused and teleport. Can you explain?
Transport. It's, a way of moving between places.
You mean magic?
Yeah.
I wouldn't bring too much of that up around here. Most of the people of Villa has not really seen magic. It probably would freak them out.
Yeah, we just learned that the hard way. Tried to heal the poor lad, make his leg stop bleeding. His brother, I told you about.
Well, it's a good thing you did. So do not feel bad about it. They'll be fine. Confused, but fine. Yes, most people here don't leave the confines of the village for fear of what is in between. It is a long journey from next town from here, and most people do not have the strength or ability to make the trek and survive. Therefore, they stay here and make what life they can in village. Albeit it's not a great one. So, panning over to Ayla's conversation. when you get to the area of the table, are you just going all the way to them?
Yeah.
Okay. They're just gonna look up at you. Oh, there's three of them at the table, conversing amongst themselves. They're not gonna say anything. They're just gonna look at you.
Hello. My name is Ella. How are you?
They look, and then they just kind of, in a very flamboyant manners, which was with more energy than really anything you've seen in the town so far. Like, oh hi, come sit down. We're gonna talk.
Thanks.
First off, you look
I couldn't tell,
adorable.
but thank you. You all look amazing. I couldn't tell, but notice your lovely bright dresses in such dreary place.
Yes, this place is terrible, so we make it not terrible.
I see that. You totally bring the energy of hype.
You don't have to tell us, we know.
So are you all sisters?
No, we're not sisters. We're just friends. Just coming to have drink after, it is a long night last night. We just want to just be
Very
glad.
long night.
There were 5 of us, so half of
I'm
it.
so sorry.
Half of us make it. That's better than normal night. So we drink.
Okay.
You just they cheer and then.
Are you are from here? You are
Well, of
from
course.
here? Okay. How you get such bright clothes? No one else has such bright clothes.
Yeah, no one else have any sense of fashion here. It's all brown. It's gross.
Ah.
We make our own clothes.
Where do you get all the fashion from?
We make it.
You
A lot of us we travel on wagon, and we go to explore places and find great things and bring it back here.
safe enough here to explore, especially in bright colors where the wolves.
Safe, not safe, not really. But life is too short to worry about this. You go live.
Ah, okay. So
You might get attacked by a werewolf. You might get eaten on the way, but at least you didn't stay inside the building and suffocate and die in an ugly brown leather jacket.
yes, brown bag.
Yes, gross.
Gross.
He's gonna put their hands on us.
Um,
So where are you from?
So I'm from a different country.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we have amazing. I have muffin here from other country. Would you like to try?
No, you don't. Give me.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Here, have the muffin. Telling me, make sure you take wrapper off first. Don't.
They're
don't
going
eat the
to-
wrapper.
Arguably, even more insultingly, they're gonna grab it, but do the pinch like a little bit.
What do you think?
Very good. Tastes like drowned mushroom, but better.
What is it with you people and drowning a mushroom?
Yes, looks like drowned mushroom. It is poofy and in the shape of a mushroom.
Because it is like a bread. It is a bread.
I think it's great. I've never had one, but I like it.
All right, cool. I have a question. All right, you guys seem very adventurous. Castle? You go to castle?
Ooh, no, we know. No. You don't want to go there. We don't go castle. We stay away from that. That's where devil is. No, you don't go
Okay,
there.
you keep calling him Devil. Yeah, is that his name, or is you? That's just what you feel about him.
Everyone in the tavern, other than Ismark, Mark, and Zyle, are gonna turn up and kind of look at you concerningly.
Can I enter at this point?
Yes. You're gonna have to. Well,
Can I enter at the moment? Everyone's like, boom. They're like,
yeah.
I
go
see
for
them
it.
all looking at Ayla.
Okay.
Oh man.
Do you have a specific thing you want to do?
Oh, I want to walk up to Ayla and hand
Okay.
her one of the rations
You do, and
and kind of whisper to it, Ayla, what did I say about you talking with people?
I told you I wouldn't talk to Ismar.
Ooh, who's your friend? He's cute. You want to sit
This
down?
is my friend Millard. Yeah, sit.
No.
Sit.
Yeah, I don't think it's a
They
good
like the
idea.
muffins, Millard.
Nobody likes those muffins. We just tell you that because we're your friends. Here, eat this and do it really quick.
Okay.
And I go to Mark and Zael, and I say the same thing.
Before you sit down, you do hear the lady outside like, "Don't keep me waiting, boy. Where are you?"
I scrounged us up some grub, guys. Here you go. We haven't eaten all day.
I mean, snap it in half and hand half of it to Mark. It's just best not to ask questions.
He's Mark
just say
is
eat it quick, usual drill.
he's Mark is gonna kind of like
Usual drill.
You know the drill. Yes.
This happens often.
right. He's Mark is gonna kind of make eye contact towards Millard's direction and look back at Zyle. Take it there with you. And is there more of you?
That's about it. Oh, sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. It's a common habit. My name's Millard. I'm just one of the companions.
My name's Ismark. We've been having conversation. I gather you all are not from here. I
Yeah,
feel the need to ask, is your friend or is this lady over here your friend, the one talking to the people in the color?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we'd have to say she is. Yep.
You do what you want. I would, from one honest fellow to another, would say I do not deem it wise to be conversing with the people she's conversing with. They are not what they seem.
And who are
What do
they?
you mean?
He's gonna kind of like lean in a little bit. It's not safe to stay here. Unless we want to cause a scene. But it's servants of devil.
Ayla sure can pick them.
I tell you, it happens every time, mates.
They're just continually laughing and giggling and being very loud.
Alright, so how do we do this without causing said scene?
I've got a slight plan. That might work, and it might not.
It does sound like a slight plan.
I tend to be a pretty charming fellow when I need to be. So I'm going to see if I can charm the pants off for him. Not literally, because that'd be weird.
I think that lady outside would have something to say about that.
Zyle's gonna kind of raise an eyebrow at you. The stage is yours, my friend.
Yeah.
Right. You guys might have to grab the other two. I know Nadar might
Right,
be a little bit of a heavy burden, but I think we can get him out of here.
Ismark
Is there
gonna, like,
someplace else we can meet you, Bismarck?
Ismark is going to raise his hand and like, question, what do you, if you succeed, you distract them and your friend can leave, but then what do you do?
Yeah, that's the part of the plan that might not work.
Okay. I'm interested to see what happened. Nothing else? I will sit here at table.
He
My
does this.
my house
Oh,
is
I
not
turn to Mark. I'm gonna
Hey.
need your tinderbox.
Tinderbox? Okay.
Yeah. Just real quick, mate. You get it
Yeah.
back.
Tell you what, I will wait here, to be honest, because I'm just curious to see what happened. And then, if you succeed, I will leave building and meet you outside.
Right.
I don't have a tinderbox.
Is Zaya, do you got a tinderbox?
Yeah, probably. Let me see.
Zal on Tinder.
Is there a window in the tavern?
Yeah, there's
I
several.
do, in fact, have a tinderbox.
I just wanted to say I also have a Tinderbox.
Oh gosh.
Right, but you're down at the table.
I know.
I will hand you the tinderbox.
Stealthily now. I'm gonna hold it behind my back. And then I'm gonna.
I feel the need just for this.
I am so curious now.
I don't know if this is gonna work, but I hope it does.
By all means, proceed.
So I'm gonna walk up to Ayla's table while the other two get the two
I
companions.
missed your back.
Yes, I'm back. I'm sorry for keeping you lovely ladies waiting. I know. My friend here is obviously great company.
Mm-hmm.
Do they seem interested?
Yeah, they seem interested in both of you.
Right. I'm sorry though to say that there's some quite pressing matter with a dwarf friend out there, and I need her to take care of it drastically. But I would love to keep you company while she is outside. Just go away, Ayla. Just go away. This is important. Nadar is not feeling well, and
sorry,
he really,
my new friends. They
use amongst
me. I shall go, but I will see you around. Yeah.
Oh yes, it's fine. You come back. You can talk whenever you want. Okay.
All right. Bye. Bye now.
Okay. Bye, cutie. Hello, cutie number 2.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate the compliment. You know, I don't get called out often, especially with my companions. They don't really see the physique that I have.
Cutie and a liar. I like it.
Oh, thank you. So, is everybody out of the building now?
Everyone but Ismark can make their way out of the building. They're not gonna do anything to stop them.
So, it's strange that you should call me that, you know. Behind my back, I'm gonna light my own pants on fire.
Okay. And do what?
Well, do my pants catch a like, am I able to like make it look like they spontaneously catch on fire? This is kind of like a deception / sleight of hand.
Okay, so you're trying to make it look like they do, but not actually.
No, they should actually catch on fire. But I don't want them to know that I'm setting my pants on fire.
You just want to make it think you just spontaneously
Yeah,
combusted.
it's just boom.
Okay, yeah. Your pants are on fire. Oh my.
I don't notice this. Like, I'm gonna act like I don't notice this. So I don't know if this is like a deception check or not. Or a
My dear boy,
performance
I
check.
don't want to bother you, but your pants are flaming.
Well, that's really weird because there's this saying in my country, as they say, like, if they call you a liar, your pants will just catch on fire. And I kind of look down. Oh!
You hear?
They really are on fire! And then I jump out the window.
Okay. You hear, like, in the distance, just some guy going, boo. But I'll give that to you just for what the heck that was. You make it out of the window.
So the rest of everybody sees me come crashing through it.
Okay.
Guys, I could use some help putting my pants out.
I was gonna say you're still on fire, right?
Yep.
Roll. Just roll.
I'm rolling.
There's a lot of dirt
I'm
around you, so you can.
You
You
go.
try to, is anyone
Okay,
going to help him?
I suggest we make a brisk exit away from here
Yeah.
as
Okay.
I'm rolling it.
Styles goes over there and he's shoveling dirt on you as you're rolling.
Yeah, because you
Stamp it out.
still hear in the distance as like you said, we need to get away from here. They're like, where are you, stealthy boy?
Like, really fast.
What-
For more reasons than one, we need to get away from here.
Then
Right.
why you take
That's
me away from the ladies? We were talking.
trust me, it was worth it.
Those ladies are not good company.
All right,
They seem so friendly.
Ismark is now caught up with you outside, and he's going to like, okay, 1, that was hilarious and entertaining. 2, let's move away from here so you don't get caught. So he's
I'll
gonna
second
like
that motion.
he's gonna lead the way and kind of direct you to follow.
You guys
Yeah.
know that plan works a lot better when Mark sets me on fire and the fire isn't real. I don't know why I thought it would work differently this time. But yeah, it totally worked differently when it's fake fire versus real fire.
Mm.
Okay.
Just
So-
thought I'd mention that.
He's gonna lead
You were
you.
doing the liar's handshake. Why didn't you just say so?
Well, it was more important that we get our two inebriated friends, at least the one being inebriated, out of the bar first. And I thought we were kind of locking hands for that. Because normally it works when just Nadar is unconscious, but with Elbereth being kind of out of it too, we were hand short. So I thought we should make up for it. So it wasn't really...
Understand what is going on.
It
Why
was
we get
Elias
out
plan.
okay?
It
You
was
weren't
really
just saying,
Elias
hey, we're
plan.
peacing out.
minus a ducat,
A ducat?
you know. That's what we call it. Like it's a thieves' code. Like Zale kind of knows it because he was a soldier. It's just how we say things.
Okay.
For the sake of asking why you are having this conversation, are you following Ismark or were y'all staying in
Yeah,
place?
yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Following Ismark.
Okay. I was just making sure.
Who is that?
Don't worry, we'll explain it ish. Zahel probably knows better than I do.
Is that the it was so was it
This
the
is-
person
this
we
is
were
the
looking
smart-
for?
The
This is
smartest
the
guy in
person we were
town.
looking for. Okay.
Yes.
He's gonna
You
turn
can
back.
tell
Like,
by his glorious
I-
blonde hair.
well, he turns back. He still has his hood on, so you can't see like a whole lot of it. But he's gonna turn back. He's like, I appreciate compliment, my friend, but in Village of Barovia, most people are not very educated of outside world. I just happen to
So,
have
how are
explored more. So to them, it seems like intellect, but it's more so experience.
Okay.
Same thing. You gain
I'm
knowledge
guessing
from
Zahel
experience.
has Millard and Mark has Elbereth.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you guys grab them on the way out?
Telekinetic
Yes.
stuff.
Okay. Yep. That's fine.
I go up to Zael and I just whisper, Zael. I'm still confused. Why did we have to leave like that?
So we're well and far away from the pub at this point, right?
Yeah. You're definitely well out of earshot of it.
Apparently, those ladies you were talking to are quote unquote servants of the devil. Everyone keeps calling the devil. I don't know who the devil is.
Yes, I was trying to get name from them when I was rudely interrupted.
I think they were ghosts.
You think everyone you do not trust is a ghost?
Well,
Now,
it's
That is
reasonable.
kind of your de facto, Millard.
I assumed as much. Honestly, seeing their clothes, no one else wear clothes like that, and they call it fashion. In this world where everything is Barovia, there is no such thing as fashion, first of all. So how they know the word fashion is beyond me. So I assume that they get dresses and these ideas from devil. Assume that. So that's why I decided to talk to them, because I was like, they must be closest. So maybe I get the information. They seemed it's enough.
Ismark is going to
But-
comment on your statement. He's kind of like looking forward as he's leading you. He's like, pardon the interruption. I do not mean to pry, but I can't help but overhear your conversation, and I can weigh in a little on the statement you had. It was Vistani that you were talking to, and they are the only people that Devil allowed to come and go from Barovia, so they likely get clothes from not Barovia.
So you're saying they can move from one place to another?
See, I was correct. They
I
have
think I'm
clothes
correct too,
they
because
know
that
devil.
sounds like a lot like a ghost. Like ghosts just go from one place to another.
I don't know if any of them are ghosts, but here's something you must know about area. And again, I don't want to be a person to remove hope from you, but you cannot leave Barovia unless Devil allow you to leave Barovia. This is his domain.
But why do they have special permission?
Of that I do not know, other than that they are servant.
Okay. Now, I ask you, what is his name?
He's just gonna kind of like look around. He's like, you need to be very mindful and careful for where you choose to say name and when you choose to say it.
Yeah, I hear
always,
that. Haven't you
Always.
ever heard the superstition? Say the devil's name and he shall appear. I don't want a big deal with none of this.
He's going to like kind of look. He's like, always be mindful that at any point, either devil himself or the many of his spies, including people like Bastani in plain sight, may be near and may be listening. And if they're listening, devil listening. If devil listening, he can kind of just appear on you in a moment.
But the
So-
devil's wanting to get entertainment from us. If he's not already spying on us, then how can he get entertainment?
I do not understand question.
Well, my polite friend here is saying he thinks that this devil guy, if you've described it to us correctly, brought us here for entertainment of some sort. That's what we heard when we first got here.
It's quite likely accurate.
Right. And he's saying, wouldn't those spies or this devil character be looking at us all the time, watching us, like in a theater of some sort? And if he's looking at us for entertainment, then he's looking at us.
True.
A lot is not known about limitations or full abilities of the devil. It is in fact a devil, so it's not like they're exactly close friends. I can say, hey, how your friend devil, what he like? You know? It's most of hearsay from people who happen to survive, or most likely tell stories, some of which may not be true, some of which may be true. What I do know from experience and seeing it personally is that he very much, quite probably, can hear you in places where most people could not. And it seems rather concerning, I know. It doesn't mean he can hear you everywhere, but all I'm telling you is be cautious of where you choose to speak freely around here. Especially that one, when he points to Ayla.
Oh, we know.
That one will probably get you in trouble if she continue like so. But before we proceed further, I would like to ask some questions, and in fairness to you, I will allow you to ask some in return. How did you get here?
I would like to know that as well.
Miss,
My friend Mark is kind of correct.
I know you
So
said
is
this
My
earlier.
companion, Ayla.
He began to describe something to me, but then your friend started talking to people in colored things, and we get sidetracked. He began to describe some form of transport, as if
Yeah.
by
It's not
magic.
It's not something we totally understand ourselves, though we are familiar with magic, especially two of my companions here.
So
It
you
would be
want
best to describe it as we were whisked away magically by a certain fellow who had harmful intent towards us.
it seems so.
We were surrounded by a mist of a sort that seemed unnatural, and when we were able to exit said mist, we appeared in this land.
that is quite interesting. Most
However,
people
we later found our assailant had been assassinated, I would say, in a most gruesome manner. So we were left here with no recourse but to explore.
Do you know who assassinated your assailant?
Not that I could
Um,
tell.
It looked like Strahd did.
He's going to like quickly change his appearance and look left and right and do this to Mark.
Did my companion say something?
So, additional question. You have all asked name of devil, yet you already know it.
What are you
No.
talking
What?
about?
Hmm.
Yeah, this guy, he warned us of something in the woods. Said he would distract it while we got away.
Strahd.
He looks very puzzled, and he's saying, "Men that help you when you arrive revealed himself to be by name of Strahd."
Yes.
Wait,
And you can tell he kind of hesitates
met-
to even say the word.
we met a man in woods when we got here? I thought he would just run to a house and find ghost children.
Ayla.
You were not well at the time, Ayla.
Yeah.
Yes, bad day.
I wouldn't say he much helped us. He more just kind of stood there and told us to leave.
Yeah, help may be a strong word.
So,
While I am processing this, I have asked you a few questions. I would like to be fair. Do you have a question for me?
Have you met anyone else like us in terms of like just appear from some other place?
Your friends already asked same question, but I tell you, it happened semi-frequently.
What? Are you guys reporting to him?
If my best answer to that question is my assumption is that you are all quite capable warriors, no?
we were, I guess.
Yeah, before we got here, we were.
We've
Hmm.
seen some pretty strange things since arriving here. Not the least
Yeah.
of which is several of what we would say our abilities and our capabilities as warriors have seemed somewhat diminished.
We've been told we've all been here for different lengths of time, but we all arrived together.
Have such strange instances
Obviously,
occurred
that
before among travelers you've seen here? They've seemed somewhat less than what they were.
Hmm. You can see him trying to contemplate the information you just gave him. I will be frank with you. This goes a little bit above my understanding and knowledge of, but I believe there's chance that man goes by name of Henrik might have answers for you in this sort of realm. However, you must know that it will not be easy journey to reach a man named Henrik. He lives close to precipice of mountain.
As we have been told. How long of a journey would you say about?
He kind of turns around and looks, and you can. It's a mountain. You can see it. He's like, well, I suppose it depends on your adventure and hiking abilities and camping.
On average, mate.
That's a good question. It'd probably take you at least full day, if not 2 days, to climb.
Thank you.
all right.
To the point of where he is. It'd take you much longer to get to top.
Okay.
So we should probably rest a night before heading up there. Is tonight going to be like last night
What do you mean?
with the wolves?
If there's going to be an attack tonight, I think we should rest now, so that we'll be ready and able to fight.
What makes you think there would be another attack tonight?
Well, we just
but-
got here yesterday. How am I supposed to know how many attacks you get?
I understand.
The person we were with last night say that this whole year is bad year for 12 how long has it been?
11 months.
11 months. So why would I not expect tonight not to be bad?
He's looking a little confused, processing what you're saying. What was the name of the person that told you this information?
Namir?
Oh, Nimir. Yeah.
Hmm.
No, do not tell me we do time leap again.
I do not know what you speak of with time leap, but I don't know why Namir would tell you something like that. He knows bloody as superstition.
What's been going on now in the past, what?
No wrong with superstition. I whispered to Zyle.
Well, listen, attacks in Barovia can happen any time. It normally does not happen directly in a town and village. It happens on roads, on travel points, in woods. It could happen anytime in those areas. Last night was rarity. I don't know what caused last night. That is very out of norm.
Okay.
Yes, it was very suspicious. So you're telling me there's no such thing as blood moon?
Mm. To be honest with you, I do not know.
Do you
But-
believe?
I believe I have not seen sufficient evidence that there is proof nor disproof of it.
Okay.
I believe creatures are creatures and seem to do what they want when they want to. Most time they avoid villages because even if untrained, it is people in numbers and they could easily fight back. But last night was most I've ever seen at once. Very strange. I don't have any evidence or data to go off of, but my assumption is they were trying to find someone or something.
Is there any place we could rest here for the night? Where you normally take travelers in?
Not the place I normally take travelers, but you lot seem like you've been through quite an ordeal and could use some well rest, so you may come back to our mansion.
Did you say mansion?
Yes.
That's what I heard.
So wait, a
smile with a
second. This
grin.
has dreary town with castle, and somehow there's someone rich enough to have mansion.
It's kind of like confused. I was like, you think we got house from having money?
That is normally how you either you have position or you have money.
Mm,
And usually one is accompanied by the other.
There.
Hmm.
So, what is it?
neither.
How do you get mansion?
Family.
I nudge her. You don't just ask how people get their mansions. You just accept the gift and you walk in.
You hate the rich people, okay? You
He
come
kinda-
down.
I look like offended. I don't hate rich people.
I mean, he
I
kind
do
of
not hate
nods.
rich people.
He nods along with Millard. He's like, I personally not offended, but your friend is true. That would, for most people, probably not wise question to ask. Would probably be insulting.
Right. I agree with him.
Wait. I just want to understand, okay? Okay. You have mansion, but no title?
We have title. My father is burgomaster of city of Barovia.
Look, it's not even. It's just his dad's mansion. It's just his father's.
Okay. How your
but-
dad get title?
It was not due to house. House is not a byproduct of being that. I said house has been in family for generations.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Are you? Let's not insult this man's, dynasty.
Okay. Not about you. About Barovia. Was Barovia always like this, or it was until like a devil takeover or something?
You'll be asking for wise tales at this point.
Da.
As far as I know, always like this.
Okay. When did they have time to build this?
I am person of science and logic, and I try to look for facts in things. So I don't have sufficient evidence to say one way or other if it was always like this. So I don't want to lie to you and say it was. But for any sort of records I can find of any kind, I have never seen to the contrary of anything different.
Okay.
And it goes back. It is some records that go back thousands of years. So it has been this way for a long time.
Okay. And your family has had mansion for a long time.
Yes.
Okay.
But we will be safe there. We normally do not have attacks, and building it is well fortified.
With
That
the
sounds like
Barovia.
a great place to stay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Let's take a inebriated friend at least, and head there. I'm sure it's safer to chat there. Would you agree?
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Quite right. And don't worry about the incident at the bar. I left some coin for the bartender. He won't bother you too much about the broken glasses, but maybe try not to do it again. He's kind of
Not
short temper.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, that was an emergency.
Do you know if your family has tea? Tea.
I don't know if it is kind of tea where you come from, but we have homemade tea from different herbs that we grab from the area.
Ah, sounds great. Lead the way. I need
Also,
some tea.
a quick
Been
comment.
tiring night, tiring day.
It'd probably be better, Mark, if we don't go showing off the magic around town.
Of course not.
Oh, well, you're psychically pushing Elbereth around.
You do have like a floating.
I think I can carry her from here.
Okay.
That would be impressive. Because she's like 6'8".
All right. I mean, I think we could carry her from here.
Oh no! By all means, please try.
I am not volunteering for that job.
No, you come on. You just grab her feet. I'll get her arms, and
I'll help you out.
it can't be that long
Just
a walk.
point the way to the mansion. I follow you.
Is how long a walk is it? It's not that long.
He's not, but
No.
maybe 20, 30-minute walk.
Yeah, it'll be
You're
fine.
good. You're good, Mailer.
Yeah. I do feel the
Woof woof.
necessity to tell you, if not warn you, that I do not yet fully understand situation, and it may take time to process, and we can talk more at my house. But person you describe when you arrive here, if what he said was true, and his name was Strahd, then you have met the very devil himself. And with that, we'll end tonight's episode. Oh,
All right.
good job, guys. That was a interesting roller coaster
Yeah.
of things.
Who had
I'm
Millard
gonna-
sets his own pants on fire on their bingo card for tonight?
Well-
Yeah, who had that?
There.
Come on, we all do those.
I
kinda
did
habits.
not have that one.
Well, like,
I made it so obvious.
That, let's see, sneaks into mercantile that was actually probably an upstanding establishment and takes
Yeah,
some
but that
rations.
one was definitely on somebody's bingo card.
Probably.
Bingo card?
Yeah, things
Just
you think will
expected.
happen.
Man, like, chose to like flirt with the girls inside, but wouldn't flirt with the girl outside. Just missed opportunity.
Yeah, you doing a drunken Southern woman flirting is now my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I figured you'd like that.
How you doing there, sneaky boy?
That surprised me. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know what to do.
And I think
I'm not
Richard,
really a flirt.
Richard could probably acknowledge that that's a little more accurate than we would care to admit it would be in certain places. It's
Oh,
the
no,
right place, the wrong place, depending on how you
right.
view it now.
I've definitely experienced that in real life.
Oh yeah.
My
It's
reaction is basically the same.
Yeah, so it's more of a.
Right away, go steal something from a store.
I was gonna say like your action was like light your pants on fire and jump through a window. Is that like a?
Yeah,
That'd be a great reaction. Yeah, that was quite interesting. So for anyone joining or watching, this is the point of the stream where we transition and talk to chat for a little bit. So if you've been watching on YouTube up until this point, thank you for watching. You do not have to continue watching because we're just going to be talking to chat for a little bit and then end the episode. You can feel free to stick around and we'll try to make it clear and concise of what we're talking about. But understandably, if you don't, so thank you for sticking around on YouTube and enjoying episode 9. And we look forward to seeing you next week on our double-digit episode of episode 10. So to the to the chat, any questions or thoughts about tonight? And then also, like, what the heck, Dirk, just going off with subs yet again. And then Erlock did the same thing midstream. So people are just going nuts.
They want
They
a
love the
third
content.
D&D emote.
Apparently.
Yeah,
And I don't know how we got to be close.
Yeah.
if they do bingo, you gotta be specific or like specific.
the bingo card.
All the
Well, because
emotes.
I just saw some Miller does X will be 3/4 of the
Yeah,
card.
the
I was
next
like,
emote sadly won't be ready for next Tuesday, but it should be here for the following Tuesday.
Let me
Nice.
see. I know we're going to be very close. Let me see if we...
we planned this to be a long campaign, so I gotta keep coming up with different things to lead into other stuff.
Gosh,
Showing Ayla.
gosh dang it.
Honestly, when I created the character, she was not actually supposed to talk this much, but it's just
It's just-
Here we are.
It's just her inner SJ coming out. She can't help it.
I love
Help
how it's
it.
like if she talks to somebody, we all know something's gonna happen.
I mean, until she proves otherwise, it seems rather
It's not
logical.
My dog outrider.
It's just
I
funny
think
how that
it's 2 bits.
Yeah.
character has evolved into like I just wanna. Oh,
I just Ayla's last words.
Yeah, I just want to do, and everybody else is like, no. Now, hang on. Let's not get carried away here. So, I don't know what to do with this, but you guys have decided to just go off yet again and unlock another emote. So now we have
You did
to
it, guys.
make another one.
I vote for Chibi Strahd.
Chippy Strahd?
Chibi.
What I want.
That's not a bad idea.
I really want it.
It's
I
like
have
a-
whole line of them that I want.
It's like a
Chibi
little
with hearts.
small, cute animated version of Strahd, basically.
I really want the This Is Fine Strahd.
That would be interesting. Yeah. Yeah, high five to all you gifters, you freaking mad
did
lads,
it.
all of you. Like, my gosh.
How
No,
many
I'm-
subs left till next emote? Well, we got to the third one.
I just answered that.
So
Like,
to the fourth one, how many?
no, we have officially unlocked 5. It's like we have.
But you already have your emotes in there. So
Yeah, I I put the do it emote in there for now until we get the one that we're working on, and then it would replace that.
Okay.
And then just so we had something in the slot.
Okay.
So yeah, we have another one now. This is so to get you sub people to calm down. This is all the emotes you can unlock as an affiliate. So you can only get more if you become partners. So that is like the cutoff. We've officially arrived.
We did it.
Yeah, we have
However,
them.
we can unlock bit emotes.
Yes, so we can create more for bit emotes.
We can
as
create
well.
bit emotes. So what is it? 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 are the first three. And then once you get to 10,000, it'll unlock the next one. So
I believe
there's
so.
20,000 after that, I
Yeah.
think.
I believe so. Yeah, so like if somehow you guys get it to the point where we end up getting partner status, then it unlocks a slew of emotes to where you have a bunch. But that's a pretty hefty order there. But at the rate you guys are subbing, I don't put it past anything at this point. But
Well, it takes viewers. I
it
think
does.
Viewers
Take
is the
viewers.
hardest.
well, there's several
Yeah.
things it takes, and it's also a submission process. It's not automatic. So once you hit certain things, you have to request to be partner. Additionally,
Right.
So there's a lot of things to it. But at any rate, I was just answering the what would have to happen if they want more emotes. So
Right.
the moral of the story and the point of it, thank you guys for your support, because my word, it's ridiculous, but thank you. It is appreciated, and we'll make sure to get some emotes taken care of for you so we can keep
No,
enjoying.
we don't want bots. No bots.
No buts.
No
preferably
bots.
not.
Actually, if you guys noticed, the Twitch actually kicked out a whole lot of bots. At least 100 bots from 2
Is that what
bits.
we think it was?
I think it. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Looking
With
at some of the
with the
names-
amount that disappeared in that short amount of time, I'm pretty sure it was bots.
Some of the
Yep.
names look like bots too.
Yep. I don't understand why that even exists. Like, why is there an existence of bots that go follow channels? Like, what does that benefit anybody?
It helps them.
Don't do
It helps them
anything
train
illegal.
their bots so they don't get caught. You test them out, and you get smarter bots.
Interesting. Anyways, so does anybody have any questions about tonight, or from chat, or for any of our players? We'll have just a little bit of time to talk it out here, and then we'll wrap things up, because I know it's getting late and some people are probably ready for sleep, and we want to be respectful of that. So if any questions,
You guys don't miss next week. You gotta make sure you come back for next week.
for sure, next week's episode 10, double digits. It's gonna be popping.
We're
Lighting
gonna
your
do
pants on
a
fire is a
giveaway,
legitimate way to
right?
get out of a date.
Okay, new emote from Outrider idea. The other 5 characters frantically telling Ayla don't.
Honestly, if it's her saying "I just,"
It just needs to
Or
be
I
just an Ayla face in the "this is fine" face, and it just says, "I just."
I
I just. You're like, no,
what
no,
did
no.
you do? I just.
Yep, and then you can make another emote that is just Zyle like reaching, going like, no. So then you just make it into like a little line. It's like a comic strip of
We're
emotes.
just gonna make a comic book, guys.
That's-
Comic book's coming.
Yeah.
It'll be in the merch store.
Don't promise a comic book; they'll believe you.
So this would be an interesting question, but there was tonight seemed like a exposition / comedy episode.
We did learn a lot about
tried.
Barovia.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, and
I was trying to bring the comedy.
well, like that was interesting, depending on what you guys did, because I was wondering, like, well, like if you go back to where you came from, you won't talk to anybody, but you might learn things from investigating. But instead, you ended up going to town and talk to people, so you like learn from word of mouth instead of hands-on investigating, which I think is you would have learned more information doing what you did versus traveling. Not to
Yeah.
say you won't learn anything from traveling, but you got more dialogue.
I
Mhm.
thought that everyone in chat would enjoy your acting. So, and also I didn't really want to move out of the town until Nadar and Elbrith were back.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
thought, so in
didn't
my
think about
head
that.
at the start of all this, I was like, I'm just gonna talk to as many people as I can and lengthen it out.
I agree.
Just so I would be forced to talk.
No, well, not necessarily just so you would be forced to talk, but it was more that so that
So that I wouldn't cause everyone to leave a little
so
bit.
we wouldn't leave. I didn't
Yeah.
want us to leave the town. I didn't want us to go south or anything until Elbrith and Nadar were actually with us.
I
And
also
in
didn't.
a sense,
I
I didn't
agree.
want that. Basically, I purposely tried to make a filler episode.
Okay. Which I don't think
I
is-
agree. Like I didn't actually want to leave as a player. I didn't
Ah.
want to leave them behind. But I
This
had
is-
to do it as Millard and be like, well, he actually does want to just go and get this
Yeah.
solved. Cause like he's like, in his mind, we only have until the next night before things get bad
Ah.
again.
fair.
And so he's saying, hey, we gotta go investigate really quick down south, get back here, because we only have a little amount of time.
Okay. That's interesting. And it's like, it's a hard to describe episode because, like, you could, I guess, attempt to look at it as filler, but I would say so much answers and so much answers and exposition
We
happen.
have a bad rep with the bartender.
Well, Ismar did pay the man, so like, I'd say a neutral.
I paid him too.
Yeah, so like, it's
So
not
paid him.
it's not good, but it's not.
We
You know,
learn. The other people learn that their coin is worthless.
mhm,
That's a big thing, I would say.
mhm. Yep.
Mm.
I don't know that yet.
Right, but Ayla definitely does, and I guess Zyle would have been close enough to be earshot of that, probably.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Like you pulled out your coin and he was like, I don't accept this. It's
Yeah.
like it's worthless here.
Yeah.
So that's something about at least
The
this town
world.
that you know.
We
and
only
Zyle.
take Strahd books around here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, you say you called them Barovian coins, so you haven't actually seen one yet, so you don't know what they look like.
You don't need coin if you just take it.
Seems like a Millard thing to probably do.
There's a quote for a coffee mug right there.
Yeah. You don't need it if you
That
just
coffee
take
mug
it.
is gonna get stolen so many times.
So
the-
like there's a
the
lot of
rogue
things
economy.
you learn that. I think I don't know if this is like a learn thing, but you got conflicting information on some things, like several things of like one person told you this and another person told you this,
right,
and now you have to figure out what to do with that.
right.
Yeah.
Especially since they both told us to go look for the same person, though. They're like, you want to
there's-
go and talk to the guy on the mountain, but then one is like, oh, it's a blood moon year, and the other's like, no, that's just a myth.
Mm-hmm.
I like that part.
Yep.
Somebody said he's crazy, right? I don't know that.
The guy on the mountain.
Millard
Yes.
does know that, but I just want to say for the whole party. The first guy you guys interacted with said he was crazy.
Right.
Mhm.
The kid.
And the Ismark seemed to not think he was as crazy.
Right.
So Millard thinks he's some person that's important.
So like that's an example of conflicting. And then what Ayla said, you had people telling different things about the blood year. So you had
Yep.
conflicting things there.
I'm superstitious.
I'm not superstitious, but I am a little
Yeah.
stitious.
It's just don't
It
be-
seems like time is just non-existent in this place. The blood year, it's the blood night, it's the blood.
Uh-huh.
I am a little worried about that as a player because it's like
Yes.
As
it's really confusing.
as Mark, I'm assuming that the clock that what's his name?
Our
or-
former compatriot.
yeah, his clock is in Mark's mind. His clock is obviously broken, malfunctioned.
Magic can be broken.
So,
Yeah.
well, it's not magic, right? It's
It's like magic tech.
technology.
Hard to say, but and as a DM answer, like I would reassure to you that like there is answers to those questions. They just may not be where you are right now.
Right.
Yeah. So don't feel like you have to abandon those questions just because you didn't get answers here.
Yeah.
Ooh, next week we need to learn how to forge Strahd bucks. Whatever that.
It is my personal goal.
Wow.
I decided tonight that everything Millard does, I'm gonna make up some stupid name for it. So
Yeah, no,
I'm here
tonight it was
for
the
it.
liar's handshake.
I'm here
Okay,
for
yeah.
it, and it will probably turn into merch. I just hope you know that. So like
It's a liar. We're gonna do a liar's handshake minus.
Why didn't you just say you were doing a liar's handshake?
We're short-handed, so it's not just a liar's handshake. It's a liar's handshake minus a ducat. And we've never pulled off one of those before.
Right.
That is now as Richard. That is my personal goal for Ziel to have a name for everything that
And then
transpires like that.
a freebie
the
for you.
1-2. What was it? The 1-2.
The 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
The one,
Yeah.
one.
And then a freebie for you. You need to hold this gold ticket in your back pocket. You wait for the right moment for him to do something and just sit there befuddled and like, I have no idea what the frick that was. To where you have
that's
consistent
new.
names for a long time, and then eventually
I
you're like,
would
oh,
call it.
that was new.
I would call it a dwarf's beard minus a whiskey, but you could call it. You could call it an elm tree with a little bit of spruce.
Or it ends up turning into pop culture references like, now this one's called the Bob Saget. Like,
I mean,
what-
I
what?
just remember that that type of language is from what's the show about the reformed thieves? Leverage. They do that in Leverage all the time.
Yes.
And I like it.
So, final round robin, and then we'll wrap things up. So, if any more questions in chat, let them fly, and we'll answer them. I'll ask a question for each of the players because I feel like it was like a rather like lighthearted night overall. Like there was a little bit of like some stuff residual, but I'd say the feel overall was more happy.
It was very funny.
We got.
So-
I had a good time.
I'm happy
I
that we
laughed a
learned a
lot.
lot about the lay of the land, so we know some places
Yep.
we can visit.
I was going to
Yeah.
ask for each of you, and we'll just start with for Twitch is left to right. So we'll start with Ziel, then Mark, then Miller, then Ayla, and just say what your favorite moment of tonight was, whether it be something funny that you or another character did, or something you learned, or whatever it is. Just what did you enjoy for tonight?
Chat,
you
you can
flirting
answer
with
that question
Millard?
too.
Absolutely.
Who?
The southern
You
accent,
flirting
like,
with Millard as a Southern lady, like that was hands down my favorite part.
Oh boy, I should have took. I wanted so bad before that happened to send you a message and just like, hey, watch this. but
The close second was when you were doing the Vishtani ladies, and you were hi.
oh yeah,
And you did this
That was-
thing, yeah.
Yeah, the little cute.
Yeah.
of course, great. It's just gonna be like just look at the dumb things that Matt keeps doing.
That's what I'm here
Yeah.
for.
Yeah. That's my job. It's just like, okay, like how far can I go down the depths of depravity? But Mark, so Liam, same question. What was your highlight of the night?
I have to go with the Vistani girls.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
dang it.
There's a theme here.
I'm hoping for like any other answers, but if it's true, it's fine. Jay, same question.
I really liked Ayla's description of a time when she got me stuck in a tavern and a giant picked it up. I thought it was great. So much to run off of here.
That whole dynamic is becoming rather amusing just to sit back and listen to, because it's just
It's
I mean-
it's nice that we can reference back to stuff that has happened
Yeah.
and be like, yeah, this is just what our party's like.
Yep. Well, that like you already have a literal brother-sister dynamic in real life, so it kind of just it carries over to where that like natural bickering that siblings have an ability to give each other. This seems to it's just rather amusing. I agree with chat. I thought about this. I was like, I don't want to point this out because they're like in the middle of the bit and they're doing it. It's like, but you literally have like a 6'7" Asimar just floating behind you.
I noticed that in the chat when it was happening. I was like, oh yeah, this is probably freaking everybody out.
Yeah, that's probably why you didn't notice anything because everybody's like, oh, nope, going the other way.
Well, I mean, I just imagine us kind of like briskly getting out of there, but then I also imagine like Mark is just behind us, being like, push, push, push.
Whoosh. And then Eshe, same question, favorite moment of the night.
So about the whole house thing, or having Miller trapped in the building while the giant picked it up. that is exactly what I was talking about when I said that was a filler episode. I was literally just trying to like fill in more time to stay, but I really did enjoy that part because it was just going off the cuff.
I feel like the majority of the night was for everybody was just going off the cuff.
Right. But yeah, I like it when it's like those things start and it's like, let's see how far we can take this before 2-bit stops us.
Yes.
So.
Oh, if in the sake of comedy, you better not hold your breath on that one. I'll let you go way down the rabbit hole.
I'm fine with that.
We all know this is a dark campaign, so we got to keep it lighthearted.
Right. And I have zero issues with that. As long as it's like in the right moments. Like if a moment is serious and dark, don't try to force it to be comical.
Right.
That I would say.
It was good. I liked the fact he's like, you like, I just never know what to expect all the time. Sometimes after it happens, I'm like, yeah, Jay would say that.
Yeah, try being the DM of all six of you.
Why would you say something about his mom like that? And then me just going off. I didn't know that to them that was a slur. Okay.
Yeah, that's the fun stuff. I'm just like, yep.
That's stuff you don't say, even in impolite society.
I didn't know it was a slur.
Right, and then you have like an NPC
we cuss like sailors, but you don't talk about someone's mom.
How about that?
You have like in the different conversation, like but kind of the same thing. You had Ismark interject. It was like, I'm fine with it. I don't take issue, but yes, that is normally an insulting statement to agree with the little rogue here. That you probably shouldn't say these things.
You don't just ask somebody how they got their mansion.
He's just like caution to the wind. She's just like, yeah, I'm just she seems very oblivious to certain things.
So to be fair about that,
tiny town. She didn't even grow up in the town. She grew
there's
up.
There's a good shift in Millard's character when he's like, this guy has a mansion. I'm like, right. Oh, I don't hate rich people. Yeah, I just want to steal all their.
You just want to steal stuff. Yep. Which will be interesting.
So that's why I was like, no, let's just go with this guy.
So wait, what did you say his father's
Which is it's
title?
Interesting.
He's a burger meister.
A burger.
All I hear is burger. So
Burgo.
It's
Burgo.
Okay. Meister.
Meister.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
I'll let you Google that. I'll let you Google that later.
Did you ever watch was it Santa Claus, the cartoon? The stop motion?
Sure.
Burgermeister, Meister Burger?
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
It has been on a TV when I was present. Did I watch it? No.
I mean, to be honest, you could make a good comparison with Mayor if you wanted to.
Okay.
If that helps. Yeah, but it's
like
interesting.
Burger King, but even most depressing.
It's interesting though that which is completely normal, mind you, but it is interesting that everyone's thought when hearing the word mansion just assumed that it was like a wealthy, nice building and not just a large building.
Large buildings usually have things in them.
Right. So we'll see how that goes next week.
Next week.
So, what if it's like a haunted mansion? Is that like the ultimate Millard paradox?
Yeah. That I'm just like,
It's a haunted mansion that is also underwater. Then it's just
it depends how much water is around it.
No go. And there's ghosts. Just like, nope. It's like the underwater Mario level. He's like, nope, I'm out.
I did ask about there being water in the, like, is there any alcohol or water? And that was important.
Right.
Before stealing the stuff.
And
before we leave, I know you're about to like eject us, but
right.
A lot of people weren't here when we first started, weeks and weeks ago, when I had said, so I just want to bring this up again. If we ever, for some odd reason, we actually have a level 5 hype train, we're all gonna dress up. Yay!
I didn't
just
agree
wanted to
to
bring
that.
that back around.
I didn't agree to that.
That's right, you gotta.
We said it multiple
We-
times. Okay, you were here,
We
Liam.
we established it for you. You had no say in that.
You just need a cloak.
Now,
For Mark,
to
he's just a
preface
wizard.
this, I'm not saying we're gonna necessarily dress up as our characters. We're
Right.
just gonna like
Can-
cosplay or
I think we
Halloween
should
costume, whatever
dress Ish
we have.
like her.
But still,
I think it'd be cool. But yeah, Liam I hope Liam just like goes and grabs a towel and just ties it like a cape. Like that's it.
I'm here for that.
I still need to get new pants.
well, last time we dressed up, I literally just drew a lightning bolt on my forehead because I had a hard time getting the kids to bed, so I didn't actually do the costume I wanted, and I was just like, lightning bolt.
And you will never hear the end of it if you do that again on the thing that you
Halloween
are literally
is coming
pushing
up.
right now.
When is Halloween on a Tuesday?
It's usually on the weekend, isn't it?
I think it's a
It's on
Sunday
What?
this year.
How can you just be like the 31st of October is always on a weekend?
I didn't say always. I said usually.
It's on a
it's on a
Sunday.
Sunday. So
It's a
See?
Sunday.
See?
All right.
It's not always on a weekend.
Again, you changed my word to always. I didn't say always.
Isn't it? You
Just
said
this year.
usually.
There's a
you
big
usually
difference.
trustworthy.
Yeah. So just to answer the favorite part for mine, probably unequivocally just Jay explaining what he's about to do and is like, all right, I'm gonna light my pants on fire. Like I didn't even need to hear the rest of it by that point. I was like, yes, I'm about it.
Oh,
I have no idea where you're going with this, but I don't care.
I was like, I knew I could succeed with lighting my pants on fire. I wanted to know if I could succeed in acting like I didn't know I lit my pants on fire.
I thought that was fine.
Yeah.
It was
Like,
too.
can I deceive them into making this like look like an act?
Yeah, like because like stuff like that, you're like that's just too ridiculous to even give that a chance for a dice to shut that down. I was like, nope, yep, we're doing it. Your pants are on fire. Go for it.
Well, that's why I was like, there's a chance this plan might not fail.
Mhm.
There's a chance this plan might succeed.
And it did. with
Guys,
flaming results. But that is going to wrap things up for tonight's episode. I know we've been going pretty long tonight compared to normal. Thank you guys for sticking around as long as you did. And of course, again, for all the ridiculous subs and gifting that you guys have been doing. You guys are incredible.
Thank you,
But-
everyone.
Reminder at the end of this episode, just to say that we went over everything one more time. We're doing a giveaway next week, tonight and next week. It is bonus points for the raffle. So if you haven't already, go to the chat, do exclamation point giveaway. You can actually still do this even when a stream is offline if you just pull up a stream and do it. So if you had points sitting, you can feel free to do that and use them whenever you want. Use them to buy tickets. It's just like a raffle. If you don't know how a raffle works, every ticket you have increases your chances of that ticket being drawn whenever the giveaway happens. You get tickets by watching and for being subbed and for being followed and everything in between. So be on the lookout for next week as we finally reach the point of the double-digit episode 10. Should be a lot of fun. And we'll do the giveaway. And we actually have like another big announcement that we'll be unveiling next week
So
as
make
well.
sure you're here because I'm really excited about it. So you should be here.
Yeah.
'cause
To
I'm
make sure
excited
you're
about
here
the
and
announcement.
goal and challenge for everybody. Tell one person that
Every day.
no.
So
Tell
that's 7 people.
no. Tell much easier goal. Just tell one person that you've never told about the stream before and invite them to next week and let's see if we can have a good time. But that is going to be it for tonight. Thank you guys so much again for all the gifts. It is incredibly appreciated. Don't even know how to really put it into words other than say thank you sincerely. And without further ado, we're going to wrap things up tonight. So thank you for stopping by for episode 9 of Curse of Strahd, Trials of Imagination, and look forward to seeing you in episode 10 next Tuesday.
All right.
Everybody
Good
say
night.
bye. Till next time.